What is up, guys? Johnny01 here with another FIFA 17 tutorial. This one's going to be focusing on the best custom tactics in FIFA 17, guys. Make sure to check out all my previous tutorials if you have not done so already. I got tutorials on attacking, passing, defending, you name it, I got it. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out any future ones. But like I said, guys, this one's going to be focusing on the best custom tactics, and you can now switch it up in Ultimate Team by going over to your squad, pressing the Y button on Xbox or the triangle button on PlayStation to go to squad actions, and you can switch up the custom tactics from there. This is what you see as the default. What you want to start off with is the build-up play, the speed. I like to move this up all the way up towards around 90, guys. Why do I like it that high? I want them to move quickly. I want them to be constantly moving, my teammates to constantly be moving, looking for runs. If you're having trouble with people making runs or just standing still, make sure to build up play higher. If you want it to be a little bit slower pace, you can of course move that down. Now for passing, I like to keep it roughly how it is. You can move it up a little bit or down a little bit, but usually I like to keep it around 50. Sometimes I move it up towards 60. For positioning, of course, I keep it at default. It's fine at organized. I find that to be the best. And then we go over to chance creation, and I usually just like to keep it as it is roughly. Keep passing at 50, shooting at 40, and then I lower cross a bit because I'm not much of a crosser. If you guys prefer to cross, you can move that up, but usually I'm not looking for crosses, so I move that down to 40 as well. And then, of course, my positioning, I leave at default as organized. Now, towards defense is one of the most important ones, if I may say so, guys. Especially if you're playing like a 3-back formation, like a 3-5-2. You really want to put this pressure way down. I like to put it at 20. I don't like to go lower than that because then I just find that there's so much space in the midfield for your opponent to take care of. So I just like to keep it at 20. That's a good balance. Make sure my players stay back and protect against that counterattack. If your players are moving way too up the pitch and you don't understand why your center backs are all the way up the pitch as if they were attackers, make sure to lower that pressure. That'll make sure that they stay in their back lines, they protect against that counterattack, and really stay back and help you guys out. But of course, don't be too low. Don't be around 10, 5, because what ends up happening is then all your center backs are way too far back, and there's just so much space to work with as an attacker that a good attacker is going to be able to exploit that any day of the week. Passes are going to be extremely easy. For aggression, I like to move it up just a tiny bit, not too much. Move it up to 60. Nothing too spectacular, just to make sure that my players aren't too aggressive, that they're moving out of position, but that they're also not staying back too much, especially since my pressure is so low. I don't really have to worry too much about that. They're going to be a little bit more aggressive. I'm allowed to do that because my pressure is so low, so it's not a big deal there. And then lastly, guys, we go to team width, and I just like to leave that at 50. I find that to be just fine. You can move that up around 55, 60 if you want. If you find that you can play around with it, but usually around 50 to 55, and you're good. And then here, of course, you want to switch this up. Don't do offside trap and switch it up to cover. That's just more of the default. Help you guys out. Make sure your team in defense especially is helping each other out and never moving too much out of position and leaving open runs. So that is it, guys. That is my best custom tactics that I have found, similar to my FIFA 16, but once again really good. I really think the most important things here are the speed and build-up play and the pressure in defense. As you can tell, those are the things that most change from the default. I find it to be extremely good for offense, for good passing, for maintaining possession. Put that speed up a little bit. Make sure to make your teammates look for those open runs. And then very important on defense, lower that pressure. Not too low, but a good 20 is perfect in my opinion. That way your players will stay back and you won't get beaten on those counterattacks nearly as often. Alright, guys, that is it. I hope you guys liked this tutorial. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and share with all your friends. Click on one of these boxes, check out some of my other series, including my tutorials, my top 5 videos, my formation review / guides, and my Ultimate Team videos. And of course, click in the middle to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future tutorials or tip videos. Thank you guys so much.